Hello. So, today on Chris 516 is going to be a little different. And that's because I'm going to be having a friend and a brother here with me, and we'll be sharing some of our life experiences and lessons along the way while trying to do something or achieve something that has been considered impossible, or because of situations and circumstances people have said it cannot be done or we cannot achieve it. Alright? So my name is Laoli Bitoye, and today is about obstacles. I have with me here a friend. His name is Onyeka Solomon. Say hi.
Hi, good morning, and thank you for having me here on this platform to share my story with Grade 516.
Okay, thank you very much. And that's about the formality we're going to have on today. So I think we're just going to share some of our life lessons and all of that. I'll start, okay? I remember that, let's start from while I was on campus. Coming from a middle class family where, of course, finances we're not poor, we're not rich, but at least we always had our needs met per time, and that was quite okay. But then growing up in a very competitive background where I always had to feel like filling up my own expenses, trying to take responsibilities for myself and all of that. And getting on campus meant I had to fend for myself. I had to see what I could do to at least pick up my own weight myself. It became a bit of a challenge trying to handle that part of working or picking up my responsibilities, finances, and then still being able to run up with academics.
Yeah, trust me, I've been there. I've had situations where even the money given to me for my upkeep, I just want to do something, use it for my passion, do something novel, do something out of the extraordinary. So we've all had that challenges where even the little we have, just invest it and bring out the best in us. So yeah, we've all been in that situation where obstacles is being around us and something like that.
Okay, so usually I know that financial challenges is something that is, okay, don't let me say constant, but it's fairly around. And at one point in time, we've all had our fair share of dealing with financial constraints.
Yeah, aside the all financial issues or constraints, the major challenge is people.
Okay.
Yeah, so there could be financial inadequacy, probably to pursue what you want to do, but at the same time is having the people who actually believe on what you want to venture into.
Okay.
It's not just the money, or because the truth is, even if the money is not available, in as much as people believe in you, they could help finance whatever you're trying to venture into. So it's not
just at least be there to support you.
To give you that courage, that motivation you actually need to keep on going. So it's not just the financial challenge.
Should be told though that it's quite easy when you're trying to do something and the whole world is against you, but you still have your family. You still have that inner cycle of people who would always be there no matter what, who still believes in you. But trouble comes when the people who you actually expect to believe in you the most, to support you the most, when those are the same people who don't believe, those are the people who don't seem to believe in your dreams, they don't seem to see the picture of what you see, that can be quite agonizing, and it really pulls you back because you don't get the push you need from this set of people.
Okay, before I'm going to share my story or tell you one of my few challenges I've had, I would like to say something that no matter whatever endeavor you try to venture into, you will have those who believe and those who don't. And the truth is, those who don't believe will actually supersede those who do believe. So you're left to work with a few and just keep going and finding the strength within yourself. I remember when I wanted to venture into something novel in the academics, especially biological science, where I tried to incorporate interdisciplinary researches, try to try to say link up fields.
Okay.
I've always had this idea of it doesn't have to just be one field, it doesn't have to be just one thing. We can actually bring in professional ideas together to actually come into conclusive terms to make a robust information about something. So I had this idea of bringing in mathematics, of bringing in biology, of bringing in bioengineering, of bringing in bioinformatics together. So, but one of the things that actually struck me was having to meet a professional in the field, not really in the field, but someone I believe could actually be the first person to actually give me the morale that I need to actually move on. And he told me that it can thrive here in this part of the world. That what I'm trying to venture into can really thrive in this part of the world, that people don't appreciate it here. So I, on the other hand, would have feel okay, it's okay. I could just probably drop it since they don't appreciate it here and just go with the norm, go with what is important and just keep going. But that was really, really encouraging for me. I felt that could be a drive for me to do this. Right? Because
turning it around, turning the naysayers around to actually push you further.
One of the funny things about life is those people you expect to be the first supporters could actually be the people that will bring in the massive disbelief to your dreams and find yourself.
For me, usually the fact that at times like that, when I meet people like that, and I can tell you that yes, I have met people like that who at the brink where I needed the push the most, the people I went to for that push were the ones who actually pulled me down, on the contrary, and that was quite painful. But at times like that, that's when I actually learn to look inwards. That's when I learn to take those obstacles, to take those people, alright? And I don't know if it's okay, I don't know if it's noble, but then there's that drive for me to want to prove them wrong. There's that yearn for me to, because you said it can't be done, is the exact reason why I'm actually going to date, is the exact reason why I'm going to try to do it. Back then, about 2014 thereabout, I remember I and a friend came together and were trying to actually get up an exhibition done. And of course, there's been a couple of them, but these were two guys from the backside of Ipaja, right, trying to come up with something international, and we're writing proposals, writing this and that. And I had a couple of people like, why are you guys wasting your resources? And we worked on it, we kept on like that. And of course, along the way, I'll tell you the truth, it didn't eventually happen. But the fact that we dared it gave me a whole lot of confidence. Fast forward to 2017, I was launching a project and I was talking to a friend of mine in the UK and soliciting support. And his response was very baffling. In fact, I quote him. He said, "Why in the world would you, still trying to make money to make ends meet, be embarking on a project that is meant for people who have made millions?" And I don't know if it was a spark or a knot that went loose in my head. And I told him, you would see what will become of this dream. Right? And the day we launched, I sent him a screenshot. Like, it was like, in your face, like, look at this. We did it. And those naysayers, for me, are the push. I don't know if it's noble, I don't know if it's the right thing, but they actually, hearing people say it can't be done makes me want to dare it, makes me want to do it even more than I want to originally.
No, I think we live in a society where whenever you think of something novel, something out of the extraordinary, it's more like they dare you to scorn and they feel you're synonymous to being mad, something like that.
Come on.
Something like that. But what I feel is, there are things you don't need to rationalize. There are things that are normal. The things that you just look past. You're expecting it as part of the challenges. One of the first obstacles you go through when it comes to dream is people, aside finances.
Constant.
Right. So I feel you don't need to rationalize it, because the moment you rationalize those things where people tells you this, it can be done, you find yourself in this dark, unending tunnel of confusion where it's really impossible to re-emerge whole. So, before I was trying to share a story before I was cut short there. So, eventually, when the whole thing turned out well, when after the whole researches went well, got published and everything, the same people who doubted the success, the same people who doubted the potentials of the research came back and even tried to claim credit for like, oh, he's our very own, he's our own, we taught him, that feeling of, it finally happened. And there's something I just want to say to people out there. Don't feel pressured to prove to anybody. Don't feel pressured to prove to anybody that you can do it. Say, just go with the flow. Now, the thing is, the people who actually believe in your dream might not be your family. They might not be your friends. They might not be even your locality or community. And to even make it worse, even in your own country, the people who might actually believe in your dream might not even be in your continent. They might even become something more of an international recognition. So you just have to keep, moving and keep pushing. So
interesting that's funny you should say that. Largely because I've come to understand that you may be doing something. You may not get any applause. You may not get any recognition.
Yeah.
You may not get any awards.
Of course.
But someday, someone somewhere would recognize what you've been doing.
Of course.
It usually would not be amongst the people who've seen you do it all the while.
Doesn't have to be immediate.
Yeah.
Something like
Just keep at it.
Yeah, sure.
I'll tell you this about Fit 516. I've had the feedbacks have been phenomenal, right? And a friend of mine, because yes, we're talking about our audience, how many people are getting to listen, and a very good friend said to me, he said, your audience, the people who are to listen to you may not be on your contact list. They may not be amongst your social influence. Just keep at it. Just continue. Maintain your pace. Keep the consistency. Just keep doing what you're doing. Someday, somewhere, somehow, someone will find it, and this would go beyond.
And sorry to even cut it short. One thing I want to say is, don't feel that people around you have to be the major audience you need to do something. We always have this perception that whenever you do something and it's not recognized by your friends or your family, then it's not worth it. Like what you just said now, they might not be in your contact list, they might not be around you, but just know somebody somewhere is inspired by what you do. They might not tell you, it might not be immediate, but someday you will get to find out that what you're doing is actually changing lives out there. So that's what I have to tell people.
Okay, so rounding it up, I'll say this. Okay, it's that there will always be obstacles. There will always be 1,001 reasons why you shouldn't do or why you cannot do what you want to do, what you dream of, what you intend to do. But all you need is one reason to do it. All you need is one reason to push, to continue, to start, to get moving. And that one reason is this. The 1,001 reasons why you don't or why you should not is the exact reason why you should. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I'm simply saying the reasons why you should not are the exact reasons why you should. We would always have obstacles. Finances, economic, environment, social, religious, anything at all could be. So you get the gist. Anyway, it's simple. For each new thing, there will always be new obstacles. And those obstacles can come in different shapes, forms, sizes, and faces. Just push on. Just keep at it. and definitely you'll pull through. So, Solomon, any final word?
I want to say, whatever dream you want to embark on and laugh about it, just know it's worth a try.
It's worth a try.
Yeah. Yes.
So, thank you so much for listening. My name is Lauli Bitoyi, and this has been Quit 516. This has been our first episode having a guest on the podcast, and you can look forward to more great things from us. Have a wonderful time ahead.